we have a file browser and workspace and command history, and we have editor here, and this is also available in Matlab, and editor can be found in your menu, and then let's start. So it is like I am going to just use a single variable here, and a equal to 10. Now when I push a, it says the variable name is 8 and size is 1 cross 1 and bytes is 8 and class double. So the default type is actually double, the double precision value. So if you have to change this to integer type, you can just type like this, that is b equal to unsigned int 8 of a. Now whose b is actually, now you can see the name is b, variable name, and its size is 1 cross 1 and bytes is that bytes is 1, that is unsigned int 8 class. So it is like it utilizes only 1 byte. So maybe when dealing with images you will have to do these things. And next, now if I have c equal to 11 and a equal to, sorry, a plus c, now we get result as 21. You can see I have not assigned any variable here, like no variable is used, and we have a variable called ans. It is like even if we do a multiplication here, you can see here we have ans, a variable which is coming by default, and this is the default variable for Matlab or Octave, where you can have the result stored if you are not assigning any variable for the result. So next we will proceed with range operator. So d equal to 1 is to 10, that is 1 colon 10 is like this. So we get a range that is 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 and 9, and then it is like this colon actually works like a range operator. Now we can also introduce an incrementing value. It is like 1 colon 2 colon 10. Now we can see the result here, that is after 1 is getting added with 2, and when we get 3 and 3 is getting added with 2, and then we get 5. So we can try the same for with another number, that is 3, then you can see the results. So 1 4 7 10. So 1 plus 3 is 4, 4 plus 3 is 7, and 7 plus 3 is 10. So this is how it works. We can try reversing the range, that is from 1 to 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 and 10 with the same an incrementing value, that is, or sorry, a decrementing value here. Now we are going to decrement, that is, you can see 10 minus 1 gives 9, 9 minus 1 is 8, 8 minus 1 is 7, so on. So this can also be done. Or you want range of numbers like this, from negative to positive range, you get like this. So you can use like this, minus 5 colon 5. So this is range operator. You can use it for generating the certain ranges, an array of negative and positive numbers, or just positive number or only negative numbers. And then we can try how to create a simple matrix. So let me use a variable called mat1, which is simply like this: 1 2 3 semicolon 4 5 and 6 semicolon 7 8 and 9. Now we have got a matrix, that is 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9, which is 3 cross 3 matrix. I can generate the same with mat2 in a different way using range operator, that is 1 colon 2 semicolon 1 colon 3 semicolon and 4 colon 6 semicolon 7 colon 9, then close. So we get the same result with the help of range operator also. So it is like here in this case we have 1 space 2 space 3, and which acts as the column operator, and the semicolon which acts as a row operator. So next we will perform some operations on matrix. So let's try to access the elements here. Mat of 1, you get 1, this is the first element, and then mat 1 of 3, you get 7, and mat 1 of 4, we get 2. So in this arrangement we get this is going to be first element, this is second element, and this is third element, and this is fourth element, and this is fifth element, and so on. Next, we will perform transpose mat 1, use single quote, which is transpose operation. So it is doing a transpose operation to the matrix. You can see now it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7, 8, 9. So it has, the rows become column and the column becomes row. Then next, if you do this simply, it is like making all the matrix to be matrix elements to be in a single column. So this is how we do it. That is mat of single colon. So now we get all the elements to be in a single column. And now if we do the same, like this, adding a transpose operation, all becomes row. So this can also be done. So this is how we do. Here you can see it is just mat 1 of colon, which it is like all columns, making all the elements to be in a single column. And then next mat 1 of colon, and then you use this transpose operation, which makes them as row elements, completely a single array. So next, we have matrix here. Now if we have to access a submatrix from this matrix, so it is like accessing 1, 2, 4, 5, or 5, 6, 8, 9, or 4, 7, 6, 9, or 2, 5, 3, 6, anything can be accessed like this. So there's like, I'm going to access, I'm going to get a 2 cross 2 matrix from a 3 cross 3 matrix. So how to do it? You can see it is like I'm selecting first and second row and first and second column. So we get this particular matrix. Let us try for another matrix. So see, now we have access 5, 6, and 8, 9. So this can also be done. Next, again we have this matrix, same matrix. I'm going to just take one column, that is 147 from that, or 369. Now let's change this. Now I'm able to access only one row, that is 1, 2, 3. This is row elements. Now, previously we were accessing column elements, so it is like this. This column means it's like all rows, first column. So all rows, first column, all rows, third column, and this is going to be first row, all columns. So this is how it accesses the elements. Next, let's see if we can add a scalar value to matrix. Now we have matrix. So let me add 2 plus mat 1. So now 2 is added to every element. individual element here. So 2 plus 1, 2 plus 2, 2 plus 3, and so on. Now we'll add mat1 plus answer. So it is like we have already this 3 cross 3 matrix, that is mat1, and then we have another matrix now here, and we are adding both. And you can see when we perform the matrix simple matrix addition, it is like the first element is getting added with the first element, and the second element is getting added with the second element, the third element is getting added with the third element, and so on. Next, matrix multiplication, mat1, and then we will have a new matrix here, that is mat2 equal to I of 3 cross 3. This will generate an identity matrix. So what I'm going to do is just multiply this matrix with this mat1 with mat2, that is mat1 star, that is your asterisk symbol, so if we just multiply here, we can see that we get 1, 4, 7, 2, 5, 8 and 3, 6, 9. Let's try one more multiplication, which is called an element wise multiplication, introducing a dot here. So dot star. Now we can see only the diagonal elements are accessed. So 1, 5, 9 and rest of them. This is performing matrix multiplication, and this is performing element wise multiplication. When you use dot star, it becomes, or dot operation anywhere, it becomes a element wise. This means element wise. Dot means element wise. So dot star is element wise multiplication. So what happens is 1 gets multiplied with 1, and 2 gets multiplied with 0, and 3 gets multiplied with 0, 4 gets multiplied with 0, and 5 gets multiplied with 1. So that's the reason we get the diagonal elements here, diagonal element, and here a matrix basic matrix multiplication is performed. So these are many tricks we can work on, and let's perform something more. Dot cap 2. Now you can see here we have our matrix, that is mat1. Let me print it again here. So we have done like to just squaring the elements here. Dot cap 2 is going to square the individual elements in this matrix. So 1 square, 2 square, 3 square, 4 square, 5 square, and 6 square, 7 square, 8 square, and 9 square. So this is how it performs. So dot wise cap operation. So next we have simple matrix division, that is mat1 divided by 2. Here you can see it is performing directly element wise, that is 0.5, 1, on 0.5, 2, 2.5, 3, 3.5, 4. So 8 divided by 2, 7 divided by 2, and so on. So if you practice more, you can understand. Let's have a simple string. That will be mat3 here. Let me have a cat here and a dog. You can see here I'm just writing like a word like cat, dog, or any other something, whichever you like here. What happens is it is to be written using a single quote. What happens here? This is actually C, A, T and D, D, O, G. We have only 3 letters, so it becomes a perfect matrix. So when we enter like this, it says cat and dog. If you just write 2 letters here, it won't match. It is like we have 3 elements here, that is first row, and then we have 3 elements in the second row. Now if we access mat 3 of 1, it says C. Mat 3 of 2 is D. So if you want to access A, it is mat 3 of 3. So this is how we will have to access the elements. So even the string which you are going to use is going to be like a matrix, considered as a matrix elements, and we can access it like this. And then let's see, like with let's say something like which you should not use like as a variable. There are something which some alphabets which cannot be used as a variable. So let's use I here. I'm going to just type I in command window and then just enter this, and it says 0 plus 1i. Now I is considered to be a complex number. Likewise, j is also considered to be a complex number. So usually when we use a for loop, we use ij for counting. So we should not use it here. If we use it, the default value of I gets changed. So it's better not to use I and j. And see, if we type pi here, we get value of pi, that is 3.1416. That can be used for the trigonometric operations, or generate signals 2 into pi, sine of 2 into pi, something like that. Next, how to get a value, input value. So what we are going to do is we will write a script for decision making, that is if conditions, conditional statement, and then we will see how to get an input from the user, and then also learn conditional statement here. So I'm going to change my working directory. This is my folder. I have my projects here. So let me open this file. This is going to be like a script. If you want to generate a new script, you can just click here, new script, and that comes in editor. It is unnamed. If you click here, you have an unnamed script here, and then while saving the name, use underscore in between, or just write like in a continuous pattern. So if you want space, you can use underscore. Don't leave spaces when you save the file. It should be like file name should be something underscore something, and then you can save it like that. So conditional statement, you can see here I have written conditional state, condition underscore state. So it is .m file, so you can use the same script in Matlab also. Now I have a variable 1 equal to input of enter value 1. So to get an input, you have to use this function, that is input of your string, whatever you are going to show to the user. So enter value 1, and then in variable 2 enter value 2, and if variable 1 is a simple script, basically we try with C programming a simple code. Variable 1, if variable 1 is greater than variable 2, use display function. This function is just going to print something, just print, so you don't need to worry about this. Use display disp of whatever string you want to display, else use print some other string. So here we are considering that if variable 1 is greater than variable 2, you print value 1 is greater, or value 2 is greater. So what I'm going to do is run the script, and here I have to show you something, that is I have done many things. If I just use CLC, I'm going to clear the screen, and we have still if I type A, it will show me the value of A, and mat1 it shows me the value of mat1, and mat2, mat3 it is going to give me the values, because in the workspace the variables are not cleared completely, so still it stores the value. If you want to clear that too, so use clear. So it is required, because if you're going to modify the variable value here, I'm going to use mat1 or A again, you will this particular I'm still thinking of what I have done before. You will have a chaos here, confusions. So you don't need to do that. So simply use, whenever you write a script, it's better to use CLC clear here on top. Don't forget it. And then let me save. Now I'm going to run the script. So it is asking for, asking me for the value. I'm going to enter some value. 4 is value 1, and 8 value 2. Now it says value 2 is greater. Simple. So if you will have to write a condition statement similar to C, but you don't have a curly braces open close for block open close. So you just use like this. You can write whatever you want to write here. And then we have learned how to get in value, input value from the user, and then process the script simply, and you write a conditional statement like this. So every time you'll have to use end here, and let's go for a looping concept. Now I have loops. Let's see how it works. So array1 size of 10. Size of 10 is, it just assigns size of 10. I'll show you size of 10. It says 1 cross 1, and let's simply have a matrix. I'll show you how size works. You can see size returns you two variable. It is a function which returns two values. Here 3 cross 3, it says the size of the matrix is 3 cross 3. Here just size of 10 becomes a single one dimension, that is array, where we have only 1 cross 1 element, and let me go with this, like 1:10, and let me go for a size of B. Now you can see it says size is like 1 cross 10. So it is actually getting you the rows and columns, to say simply. So this becomes your row, 3 rows and 3 columns, and here 1 row and 10 columns. So size returns you two different variables, that is your rows and columns. Okay. So what I'm going to do is simply, to make it much clearer, I'm going to use same B here, B equal to 1:10 B, and I'm going to assign the same size to array2 here. To comment, you can use hash or R. So that is control R to comment the entire line of codes. Now we have for loop like this, for count equal to 1:10 simply, and what happens now is, here it is range, it is a particular range where you want to count. It is like it can be from 2 to 10, or 3 to something, or any count. Your initial value and final value can be anything here. And then array1 of count 1 equal to count 1. It is like I'm just trying to assign this value, the values here. It is like 1 to 10 to this particular array, where this array is just empty array, and I'm going to assign the values of B, or just values of count, to be very clear, count 1 directly to this array. So we will get array1 as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 10, a single array. Let's try printing it, and that is how I have used here. I'm going to use array. Just if you write like this without a semicolon, your answer gets printed. So you can use it for debugging also. So you can see here I have array 1 which is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Or simply 1. So I'll get array full of ones now. See, simple. So it is like it is counting here. It is from 1 to 10, and for each count I am assigning value to an array, and the size is already defined here. That is, array 1 size is going to be 1 cross 10, and for every element there in 1 cross 10 we have 10 elements, and all the 10 elements are going to be 1, or all the 10 elements are going to be some number which you are going to assign. So for every count the value is assigned. So simple. So it is how you have to write for loop. For count 1, or the variable, your variable, equal to 1, the range operator colon whatever the initial value and the final value where the count has to be performed. Simple. I'm going to add a semicolon here. So this will avoid the variables value getting displayed on the command window simply. Now we have while loop here. We are going to look into while loop. Count 2 equal to 0. Just we have another variable count 2 equal to 0, and while of count 2 less than 5, a simple counting operation for while. Here I'm going to just print high 5 times. So the initial value becomes here 0, and you can see when you will have to end for while loop by adding an increment or decrement an increment or decrement operation which has to be performed within the loop, and it is all based on the condition. If the condition is like that, you will have to add an incrementing operation, or if the condition is on the other way, you can add decrementing operation. So this is basic concept of while loop. I believe everyone knows how while loop works. I just wanted to show how while loop is written in Matlab or Octave. So this is how we write it. So every time you can see we add end here, and even condition statement, if condition we used, if else, and then end. And now we are going to print high 5 times. So what I'm going to do is remove the semicolon here. You can see high is printed 5 times. Simple. Now let's look into cell arrays. So cell arrays is like something which is going to hold many matrices of different it can be different data types. So if you want to have many matrices of different sizes and different data types, here we have a 3 cross 3 matrix, and you can see here we have a 2 cross 2 matrix, and we have a 2 cross 3 matrix. Even the strings are going to be considered to be a matrix element. So it is a 2 cross 3 matrix. We have 2 rows and 3 elements here. So cat and dog, and still this is considered as a string. So this is a different data type, and these are double precision but of different sizes. So in order to write a cell array, we'll have to use something like this is my variable equal to curly braces open, then your matrix, then your row operation here, again one more row operation, that is semicolon here still does this row operation, and then we are going to close this with your curly brace again. So when you use this, it says it is a cell, simple curly brace open and close, your matrix inside. So what I'm going to do is just run the script. You can see here my cell equal to curly brace open 1 cross 1. We have one matrix here, 2 cross 1, that is another matrix, and we have another matrix here. So in order to access cell element, just you can try this my cell. 1. So cell will actually hold different matrices, and mostly it is used for some GUI and GUI kind of stuff in Matlab or Octave. So what? Not only that, if you do many applications in research, you can see cell operations of very good use. You can have all your matrix in a single cell, and then whatever matrix you want to fetch, you can directly fetch from the cell. So cell is going to hold. I'm repeating. Cell is going to hold matrices of different sizes and different data types. Then let's look into structures. So how to simply write a structure? Here we have, we'll consider this first. We have employee.name, something John, employee.id 1234, and employee.department admin, simple. So what I'm going to do is just run this. Now I'm going to type employee and it gives me employees information because I have this in my workspace, the variable which I've run the script, and now I have the values. So it is all just taking the employee details from here, and now just to write a simple structure, you can write like this: employee.name, employee.id, employee.department, and whatever you want, employee.any information, and so on. You can write any number of information. And now you can see something like another. I've used another structure here. It is like how to create a simple structure. I'm going to store information of many books. So if I'm going to store information of multiple books, it's like a different publisher, different name, and different prices. So this is what is a variable I'm using. So what I'm going to have is here, to simply create a structure, you have book of 100 equal to struct. That is to create a structure. The value, like whatever you want to use, that is, it's your name. To be very simple, it is like name and your value. Again, then price, the variable, structure variable, another structure variable, and then your price details and publisher, and then again your who is the publisher. It is like this. So you can add more like that. You have many variables inside of different data types inside the structure. It is all similar to C programming. So you will use the values and the variables here, and then now what I am doing is, you can see here, book of one dot name gives you ABC, and book of one dot price is 200, and here we have a different that is publisher is XYZ. Again, I am using the publisher name to be XYZ here, but price is different and my book's name is different. So let's see what happens now. So I have only two books stored in book of 100. Now if you type book of 1, we get the information of book 1, and if you type book 2, book of 2, we get the information of the second book. So you can get information, like you can store multiple information, like different 100 number of books, where we have limited here to be 100, or you can enter 200 or so on. And it is like if you want to store multiple data, you can use for loop, and you can write your own script and then enter different information and use input, all those things which we had discussed before, and then you can get the data from user also and then store it. So structures can be used like this. So we have many toolbox. I'm an electronic person, so I can tell you about image processing and signal processing. We have many other toolbox, like a statistical toolbox. We have control toolbox, and even aerospace, robotics, many things are there. We can use these structures in, like, for a non-technical person can also work on Matlab here for generating certain database kind of stuff. So this is how we create a structure. I hope you understood about structure. Now finally we are going to go with plot, simple plot. So I'm going to take an element x, sorry, a variable x here, and one is, let me 1 is to 5, and then y is x plus 0.5, something like that. Now to plot, you can just use plot of y comma x. So you get y comma x like this. So simply to plot, you can write like this. It is like your x variable, y variable, or the independent variable and the dependent variable. And then you can plot like this, and you have you can even write the title for this. It's like I'll go with a simple script here. Maybe I'll also show you how to create a script, new script. X equal to 1 is to 10, y equal to x plus 0.5, plot y comma x, x label, then y label, assembly graph. So let's run the script. We have x, y, and then we have the graph here. You can see we have y printer on this side and x printer on this side, and it says title of the graph is simple graph. Oh sorry, I'm erased here. It is simple graph. So it will be like this. So it will be a little clear. Now you have your independent variable and dependent variable, say x and y, and then simple graph. Title of the graph. You can give a title to the graph. You can have the labels on x side and y side. So this is how you will have to write. Create a graph. And one more final thing, as like we have missed functions, so we'll go with functions. Functions. Where is function? So I have a function here. This is how we create a simple function. That is a function. You'll have to name, write function, type function, then open square braces, and then that is my variable, the return variable. So whatever we are going to return back, and then my addition is my function's name, and the arguments or the parameters which I'm going to get from the main function is x and y. That the argument which are going to be passed is stored in x and y, and then we perform an addition, simple addition, and then this is assigned to z, and z is going to be returned. So we again use end here. we write a simple function like this, and to be noted, when we save functions a function, the function's name has to be as just saved. It is like the file or the script which you write for a function has to be saved with the function's name. So here it is my addition, and here you can see my function's name is also my addition. And one more point, you should not use function's name which is already available in Octave or Matlab. If you have convolution, or if you have a simple linspace, a simple function, or size, which we just did before, and you should not use the same function name. If you use the size here and save this size.m in your working directory, you have clash with your library which is already there in Matlab Octave. So never use that. You create something new. So here it is going to be my addition, my own function name here. Let's see how it works. So I will type my addition, that is result, simply a variable result, equal to my addition of 6, 7. So this 6 gets stored in X and 7 gets stored in Y, and I get result 30. So let's do a modification here. That is, I'm going to return two variables, Z1 and Z2. Z1 is this, that is addition of X and Y, and here we'll subtract X, that is X minus Y here. Subtraction result and additions result will be stored in X, Z1 and Z2. Now, so R1 is result 1 and R2 is result 2. Let's consider like this. So get the to give the return variable, we have two variables to be returned by that particular function. So I have not changed this function's name. I'm going to use the same function. Let me verify that I have saved. Okay. Now I'll give the same value here, 6, 7. R1 is 13 and R2 is -1. So you can return many variables from that function. I have written two variables. You can return multiple variables. Based on that, you can perform any operation. You can write your own functions and return like this, and be sure to save your file with the function's name. So I believe there are many more things in MATLAB, but I believe these are the basics which you have to know to further proceed and write your own scripts. And thanks a lot. We'll meet in another video.